Hello, my name is Dudley and welcome back for another episode of Colombian Space Initiative Supreme World Ultimate. And, well, we've had a bit of time skip here again, and we have a usual defense invoked by Great Britain, so I suppose we'll declare war against Germany. We have pretty good war justification against them, so might as well. So we are joining the war in name only. I'm pretty sure that UK will be able to do it on their own, but that is actually going to work possibly in our benefit. Mostly due to the fact that, well, Germany wasn't buying any resources anyway. Not sure if we were buying anything from them either. Right, that didn't actually unlock any new resources, that's a bit unfortunate. Do we have, no, we can't do that. We could always just get the airship real quick. It's fairly cheap and relatively quick to research, and it's just... We got 40 research labs active. We could of course just deactivate one, but I'd like to have at least one research in the back burner. So USA has been expanding a little bit down here again. They took out El Salvador and Nicaragua, I believe. No, Honduras. I always mix those two. So in response we started to fortify the Costa Rica border here with some fortifications and a lot of troops. Now USA does have quite a bit of technological advantage over us. They got the... Not over there. Well, the combat engineers are not bad, but the M2020A FCS Mark IIs, which are basically the same as, or relatively similar as the UK special tanks that we've seen, which is probably, yeah, champions. But yeah, Germany and the UK are now in war openly, so that's why they called me in with the defense pact. Oh, is that? Oh, okay. There's some naval combat, but there's a few things. I will probably have to slow down the pace of these episodes, as in how frequent they appear, because it's just taking so much time trying to play through the uninteresting parts to at least give something of note during the episodes. So hence I'm probably gonna go for every other day episodes for the time being. I could of course send in some troops into Europe, and that would give us a bit of something interesting to look at, I suppose. We do have a fair bit of troops down here doing the defensive line, but I suppose... Well, the question is, do we send them to, say, Africa first? Then we can go around here and maybe go into Iberia. There are a lot of German troops trying to move in there. We'll have a look at how the battle proceeds. UK has been very successful in Ottoman Empire now. They've actually connected all the way from Greece to Egypt with unbroken terrain, but they don't have that massive amount of troops there. They do of course have the garrisons, and they're slowly but surely destroying the Ottoman garrisons. The capital is now in Amman. Interesting, it used to be in Damascus not that long ago. USA want to buy some rubber? I will take it. So we do have a lot of research that we are doing. We do have 10 billion in cash, so we could definitely start buying some of the techs to speed things up. And I'm pretty sure that UK likes it. Yeah, UK is friendly. What about USA? Yeah, they're cordial. But if the USA takes over Nicaragua and then Costa Rica, they might declare war on us. But hopefully UK will then protect us, which means that at least the navies will be a bit busy fighting each other. Oh. Germany West Africa has declared war on British South Africa. Alright then, the colonial wars are expanding. And in the space race we are pretty close on completing it. Technically there's still 5 things that we can do, but you don't need to do all of them to reach 100%. So I think we'll do the commercial satellite applications and then orbital docking at least to basically complete this. We will eventually do all the man-on-moon stuff as well. And then there's the internet race. We are fairly close to completing that as well. There's still, technically there's also 5 over here that we need to do. Domain name system, commercial web browsing software, and then the boring computers. Oh, actually I thought had the modern computers already underway, but maybe I don't. Must I mix it up with something else? Oh well, it is underway. One way or another. Let's go the fastest. I don't think it's gonna actually speed up the thing much though. USA has one of the Hornets down here. Then over here, looking at the defensive line here, so I first started with just setting up a trench line over here and another trench line over here for reserves and artillery. And then I decided to first switch that one to a military fortress and fortification and gun emplacement. Did the same over here, and then in the middle we put in a kind of defensive fortress down here with gun emplacements and air defense and fortifications over there to protect the flank a little bit, although it won't do everything, but it does overlap a little bit with the edge of the front line here in the gun ranges, because those guns can shoot up to 2 hexes away. So right about here actually is where the line goes, and then down that way. But of course the enemy ships, or USA ships, if we end up in a war, they can shoot us probably from here, and there's not much we can do about it. Other than send submarines, which we have been building a little bit. But I doubt it's going to be enough. But we'll see. We've got a little bit of artillery over there. We got some extra units down here. We got some reserves down there. I set up a railway going back and forth here for sending in reserve units or repairing units in David, if need be. We're currently losing a fair bit of money. Is that because we've started setting up some garrisons? What are our expenditures? Treasury is... okay, facilities cost quite a bit. We are building something, so that's costing us a tiny bit, but it's not that big of a deal. Trade is still quite a bit. But no, we are still losing cash. Why are we losing cash is the question. Like, looking at the numbers here, we should be making cash. Oh, we probably have some trade deals ongoing. Yeah, that was probably because those are not factored, or like the, yeah, trade deals are not factored in those numbers. So it does make things a little bit difficult to read at times. But yeah, if we have a look at the front line here, so the Germans are pushing a little bit in, but they're being pushed back rather quickly. The German troops aren't even nearly as good as the British ones are. And actually the British are moving into southern France over here. I reckon they will actually manage to get more or less all of France, which means that eventually after this war is done, Great Britain owns... actually, let's put on the ownership filter, so they will own basically probably everything all the way to... is it Volga? Anyway, somewhere around here. Maybe even further. China and Germany are still technically fighting here, but again, it's just no one has the supplies, so there's not much going on in there. China has taken over Tibet and Indochina, and they are fighting against Siam. At least they were fighting. They are still fighting against them. Right, so they will be taking a lot of land there. They're taking a bit more down here. New Guinea and China apparently made a truce, though. So they're fighting Germany, Siam, and Soviet Russia. Now that's the thing that I could do. I could go ahead and capture some of the German colonies on the Pacific here. Like German Samoa. Although I'm not entirely sure if it's really worth it. It's just an abandoned town. I mean, it would be a base, I suppose. And then some of the islands down here. On German Guinea. Wait, is that Australian Papua New Guinea? Okay, so the German New Guinea is actually rather small. Germany owns a little bit over there. And New Guinea owns the capital. Okay. Yeah, there's actually another city down there. But still, it's rather small areas that they own there. Oh, and looks like the Ottoman capital has been, or the latest Ottoman capital has been surrounded. And slowly but surely, the garrisons are being destroyed. What units are they using? VABs. let's have a look at that unit. Now we brought in a champion there. Okay, let's pause for a moment so we can have a look at it. So that's actually not a massively good unit. Like, it's a armored unit, it can go over rivers and all that, and it has NPC protected, so like the gases and that sort of stuff. Oh, and a man has been captured. So where did the capital change this time? Probably Baghdad, isn't it? Or... oh, yeah, it is. Well, that's going to be a bit further away, but Ottoman Empire is basically destroyed. That's going to open up another front line down here, which means that Germany will probably start pulling more and more troops from here if they can to fight British down here. Which that's actually going to be rather interesting to see how it goes. And looks like more and more of southern France is being captured by the British. So yeah, they are perfectly fine in this war without me. I'm just, you know, giving them moral support. Now I wonder, how bad is the... oh, we need to buy a lot of electricity. You're willing to buy consumer goods? Sure, I'll take the cash. But yeah, we really need to pump up our electricity production. Because we've managed to... we actually are consuming a bit more oil than we are producing. Do we have any coal power plant, I wonder? Actually, it's probably easier to see here. So, it's consumed by... oh, there is electric power consumption. A little bit. Civilians are demanding a lot. Then rubber production is taking a little bit. Actually, that's the thing. We've got plenty of rubber production. Now, we are making a profit in there, but I suppose what we could do is we could turn off some of these. It's going to lower the oil use. Now, it's going to increase unemployment a tiny bit, but considering that our population is over 250 million, I think we'll be alright in terms of that. And we'll still have plenty of rubber production for our needs, and we'll still... it might actually increase the price of rubber a little bit, which might not be bad for us. Let's have a look. How much are we... okay, almost even there, I suppose. Just now deactivate the synthetic rubber down here as well. And then we got another one down there. Because the synthetic rubber is a bit expensive to make. And it does take a lot of oil, so now we are not producing much extra. Which means that there's probably going to be more, or the prices that are going to start going higher. Oh, we actually now need to buy a lot. Well, we got a decent stockpile, that's for sure. Another thing that we could do, because we know that there's rubber down here somewhere, I don't remember where exactly, but get some rubber plantations. Okay, do you... that's only 10%. Let's get those, and then let's get a supply depot or two down there. That's going to increase the value that we'll get from there. Got the Saxon infantry. It's a motorized unit or mechanized unit. I have a massive lack of food as well. I wonder where might be a good place. Oh, I didn't realize we had this unit down here. I'll send you down to the coast. It'll take some time, and that one will probably go down there. We don't have a massive amount of units down here, which means that if someone does a landing in Brazil, they're going to get pretty far before our troops get in there. Actually, how we... so we got the railway up until here. Did we connect it all the way... we connected it there, and then there's a road that needs to be followed. And then this railway goes down here. I suppose we might want to do a railway going through these rivers and reaching this area. And then, yeah, we're going to need to build a lot of rails in here eventually. Commercial satellite applications has been researched. Now here's the thing. Because we got orbital docking here. Well, that's actually rather cheap. And we cannot buy it. So might as well start researching it, I guess. Is the electronic warfare... okay, that's actually not going to open up anything. We might want to start deactivating some of our research labs. Simply because we don't have that many things for them to do. So let's have a look at this situation down here. Oh, yeah, the British are rather overwhelming in this. I mean, the Italians should be helping a little bit, but it's just the Italians that's not going to be that big of a challenge for the British. Don't know about the naval game here. I mean, it looks like the British fleet, at least outside of Tunis, has moved away. China declared war in Afghanistan. Oh. Oh, right, yeah. Now that's going to be a bit of difficulty for them to get there. I wonder if China and or UK start fighting at some point. That might be interesting. Now the reason why all the nations are just declaring war willy-nilly is because the victory condition is total conquest. But I think I have the Allied victory on, but still they need to basically capture everything. And there's a lot of nations that are not allied to them. Oh wow. It can take a fair bit of beating from, well, I suppose it was mostly artillery down there. Okay, that would make a bit more sense then. But yeah, I could technically send in troops down there. Ooh, actually. Should I go ahead and do a landing in Norway? It would be possible, it would take a lot of time. I think what I had to do is, I'd probably need to go down to St. John's down in Newfoundland first. And then go to England, and from there we can maybe do a landing. Because otherwise it's probably not going to work. But what we can do is we can select this one. Formation move. Move at common speed. We'll send this into down there, and then we'll send in. I wonder what we're going to need in there. We've got a little bit of IF2s here, so we'll gather up some sort of strike group in here. Nothing massive, not the engineers. Actually, we are going to need some anti-aircraft guns, so we'll send those in. Canada wants to buy more consumer goods. Alright then. I'll take it. We've got some... How good of a heart attack do you have? It's only 12. Not quite as good as I hope. We do have another tank group over here. It's only foxholes as the infantry portion, but that should help a little bit. Then I believe we got some... Okay, we're building more Green Berets there. We've got a group of Green Berets down here. So I'll send these down to that group. Basically we'll gather them up slowly but surely. Don't think we need those. Do we have... So those are the engineers. We don't want to send those. We have some troops over here. Is that actually a full group? No, not quite. Hold on. No, I didn't want to select everything. I wanted to select these two. There we go. Get down there. Who declared war? Great Britain declared war on Guinea. Alright then. Research breakthrough electronic warfare basics. That didn't unlock anything, so what we're going to do is we are going to turn off one of these research centers because we don't need to repair them if we want to turn them back on. But 13 should be plenty. Modern sub design, okay, is that going to unlock anything? No, I don't think it is. Let's have a quick look at the... So we don't have any submarine designs available either. There are some potential ship designs maybe, but actually no, not yet. I'll just save the cash for... Oh, right, we got the group of stormers down here. I suppose I'll send you down that way as well. And we need at least 1 or 2 groups of artillery in there. That's an artillery group. My idea here is that if we go ahead and, say, liberate Scandinavia, it might be a good idea. You want to buy some rubber? Okay. That's gonna lower our reserves here a little bit. We can always start producing more. But it should be alright. Research breakthrough, modern sub prototype. Let's have a look. Does that unlock anything? Nope. Alright, well, let's put another research facility offline then. That is going to lower the science funding quite a bit. Which means that we get a bit more money. So I am okay with that. Are we producing any troops down here? We should be, but we're not. Okay, let's get a bit more Green Berets then. They are always a fairly decent unit. We are building over there, and then the next closest thing is down here, which is waiting for one more Stormer. Right, well, we've got a pretty massive group in here. Doesn't need to be move at common speed necessarily. Doesn't need to be formation move either, I reckon. And just do a sea transport to St. John's, and from there we'll then do another sea transport over to... where's our fleet? Okay, our fleet is down there, it's slowly moving up. You willing to buy more consumer goods? Oh, and the British managed to capture another town there, with the industrial base. And over here the champion is just... Well, I suppose there's no infantry in there, it's just fighting against artillery, and that's not too hard. And the Germans probably don't have all that massive amount of military goods. Let's actually have a look real quick. Germany imports a lot. They 866,000 tons demand daily. The Ottomans have only 200 demand daily, and Italy has 800. I'm the second largest exporter of military goods, which is a bit surprising. We got a pretty good stockpile though, so that's fine. About to get the farmers researched. Not that they're particularly good. That's going to allow us to activate another research lab for the time being. Right, but yeah, we'll send in some troops over to probably Norway. Clean up a little bit of that. Now, I know that there's going to be plenty of enemy aircraft, which is why we are bringing in the AA guns. Although, I don't know, there used to be a massive air force over there. We don't know if they still have it, but I reckon it might be that the British Air Force has been taking care of most of them. Or some of them, anyway. Because those wars have been going, or this war, indirect war at least, between Britain and Germany has been going for a long while. Okay, well, there's a German unit that is escaping back to the friendly lines. Okay, well, that is the German Air Force at least located partially. Seems to be a US spy over there. And the British have started moving into Ukraine. Slowly but surely. Oh, and they're moving into Caucasus or Georgia. Right, so the British basically own, well, they don't own all of Turkey yet, but after that they own basically all of Eastern Mediterranean, outside of the Italian islands here, like Rhodes and Dodecanese Islands. But since the enemy is being distracted, I have a feeling that Norway should be relatively easy to get started at least. Because it will take some time before our troops are in here, and then we need to get across the water. And then what we'll probably do is we'll set up a base somewhere in Scotland, for example down here. We'll load up into the transport with the escort ships. We'll go down here, do a landing in Bergen, or next to Bergen, somewhere around there. You need to sign completed. We've got Farman, which is basically useless, but I figured I'd take it away from the research list, at least. And now, I think we'll need to deactivate another research lab. Because we don't want to have chemical warfare because it's strongly opposed by our population, although we don't technically need to worry about that anymore. And nuclear weapons we don't really want to produce either. So that's going to be a thing. But it would appear that we are out of time for this episode, so next episode is going to be 2 days from now, or 2 days from today. And we'll probably skip a little bit ahead to get our troops into Scotland, ready for landing in Norway, in case there's nothing else that's happening. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.